Um, let me think. Uh, uh, hey, uh. I just be off the top, I be straight off the toilet, I be shitting, but I don't need no toilet paper, I be wiping my ass with them bills, hey, you know what I'm talking about, Andrew Jackson, Washington, all that type shit, you know what I'm about, I keep a pen, it's like a fountain, the way it be sprinting, I keep a chopper, it's gonna be erasing you, the way you be sprinting, the way you be chipping, you know what it is, I got chips to put in, I be making lots of bands, you know what it is, I got your bitch, I be pushing on her like a push pin, I got a pin, I be pushing on it, call that my push pin, you know what it is, I got a mop on the floor, it's gonna mop you up, you don't know what to say, I'm gonna mop you up and all your bros, you ain't got cake, you ain't got cake, I got lots of cake, call it wedding, how I got so much cake, it be like wedding cake, yeah, uh, you know what it is, I'ma freestyle over this for 10 minutes, I don't care, I got 10 shells, it'll gonna hit you in a minute, like a hot minute, yeah, a minute until it's hot and then it's gonna make you drop, you know what it is, I be playing hopscotch with lots of money, I be crip walk all across that shit, yeah, I got more fours, I'ma be pouring them up in the walk, yeah, I be hitting you with the walk, you know what it is, I just gonna walk with the walk in my hand, I'll be trapping down in Japan, I be grinding my weed, I got my nose in sand, yeah, I got my nose in the sand, I got my nose in lots of sands, you know what it is, uh, I be down at the beach, I got my toes in, you know what I'm talking about, I just be dozing, straight off of this fucking poison, I be sipping, yeah, I be sipping poison, straight out the cup, you know what it is, it's probably gonna make me puke my guts, but I don't really give a fuck, hey, no fucks given, I don't care what you gotta say, I ain't be spitting no rippins, yeah, no writtens, I just be ripping off of this fucking wax pen and be doing my thing, you know what it is, I be doing my thing, I'm with my thing, I'm with my crew, we fucking gang, you know what it is, I got a lighter, I'ma light up this spliff and then I'ma face it, you know what it is, yo bitch, she smells so good, she be straight out the dryer, you know what it is, she wetter, I put my face in, it's gon' squirt like a fucking Beretta, hey, you know what I'm talking about, I need a fucking umbrella, hey, I don't be soaking cigarettes, smoking cigarettes, I said soaking, I don't know what I meant to say, I meant to say smoking, you know what it was, I just keep it going, forget about what I was saying with the soaking, I mean smoking cigarettes, I don't be doing Marlboros or none of that shit, I don't do vapes, I just hit them pins and I smoke on my cannabis, ayy, that beat is coming in, you know what it is, I be sipping straight out my styrofoam, uh, I be straight out the styrofoam, I got lots of foam, you know what it is, I whip that shit up like a gyro, that's from Greek, that's not from Italy, none of that shit, you know what it is, huh, let me get back in this shit, yeah, I need to think of something to say, I'ma let that AK spray if you be talking that shit, you know what it is, I got my wrist straight out the batter mix, I don't care, you mix and then you get battered with, yeah, you pull up to the mix and I'ma have you battered, you know what it is, I get you battered, and yeah, you know what it is, like the World Series, how I get you battered, like home run, I'm gonna get you splattered, you know what it is, I'm just wired, I'm fucking up, I got the cable, I got the plug, cause I'm fucking wired in, I'm wired in, I don't care, I just be wired in, I be calling in, all types of deals and shit, yeah, I be pressing buttons, I be making mutton. You know I'm talking about sheep. You know I'm just a fucking wolf wearing a sheepskin. Hey, none of you can see through me. I got my disguise on and I blend in. I just be blending in. You know what it is. I got this blend. I'm gonna mix it up. It's gonna become the #1 trend. On top 10. TikTok and Instagram. You know what it is. Snapchat and all that shit. Facebook. I be facing the book. I be facing the bullet, I be tasting that bullet, I be making the money, you know what it is, I'm just gonna chew it, ayy, like a rabbit, I be chewing on this green, I be shitting pebbles, you know what that is, little 6ix9ine shit, I don't be fucking with these rats and shit, you know what that was, ayy, ayy, back in it, you know what it is, I'm losing shit out to say with this instrumental, I just be practicing my fucking freestyling, I just be wildin' and I just be going in, I'm gonna keep rapping and trending, you know what it is, I gotta ride Rocky, no suspension, yeah. I gotta ride Rocky, no suspension. I gotta ride Rocky, no motherfucking suspension. Like Mad Max or something, you know what it is, huh? I be going Furiosa on the Fury Road. Hey, you know what it is, I don't be fucking with that gas shit, I just be trying to get cast, you know what it is, I'm from Cali, I know friends from Cali named Cadis, they be K's and they got the lisp, I got K's and they got a lot of lisp, yeah.